Hare Krishna. My connection is awful on this train, Prabhu, so I apologize for dropping in or out. All right. All right. I hope you have, can stick with us. So yes, Hare Krishna. How's everybody? Dana K, how are you doing? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, I'm doing well.
Nice, nice. Can you
How are
remind me
you?
what state do you live in?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm currently in Florida.
Florida. All right. Do you have a chance to get to that festival that Raghunath's going? Are you
I'm so
close
going
enough
to
for that?
try. It's an hour from me, so I'm definitely going to try because I
Oh,
didn't
you
even
should.
know.
I know people from Dallas that are going.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna try. Let me rephrase that. I am gonna go.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it's a festival of holy name, and they have a lot of wonderful kirtans and prasadam food.
So I need that so much. So I'm so excited.
Nice, nice. You have any folks that you're planning on going with? Any friends or family, or just yourself?
No, I'm here. I've only been here for like 2 months now, and I'm here by myself with my dog. So,
Okay, there
it'll
you
just be me.
go. All right, that's good. That's good. Your own personal spiritual vacation.
There you go.
Right. And Edward G, Hare Krishna, how are you doing? There you
Hare
go.
Krishna. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good.
Can you remind me where you live again? What's
I'm in BC in Canada on the West Coast.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you're near Vancouver, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of near Vancouver. It's like less than 100 miles away, but it takes about 6 hours to get there by car.
Oh my, so you're in the country.
There's 2 ferries from here to there.
Oh.
So you can fly there in like half an hour, or you can drive and take the ferries, and it takes a long time.
Wow, you're on the islands.
No, I'm on the coast, but you know the inlets on the BC
terrain
coast are really deep. So it's windy roads and it's really deep inlets. So they've got ferries to go across.
Okay. I used to live in Seattle, and we used to go to, I don't know if you know, Port Townsend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then you have to take a bunch of ferries to get there.
Right.
Cool. Yeah. So we need a little bhakti center in your town then, because it's too far to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a pretty small town. There's a few people who are interested in kirtan. Nobody really affiliated with anybody particularly. But it's hard to keep them organized and keep things going. So
But there are, at least you got a few people.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
that's
Yeah,
right.
nice. Maybe somebody can come through and
Yeah, so every once in a while we get something going for a while. You know, since the pandemic, we've done some things in the summer outside, and that's been about it.
Nice. And what's the name of the town?
Powell River.
Powell River.
Yeah, although it might be changing soon. Um, Powell is named after somebody who was, I guess, head of Indian affairs at the very beginning of Canada, and
Just got a scandalous history.
yeah, kind of a scandalous thing. And so the natives here and the town and the native, they're actually their own nation now, and they've got a very good relationship with each other. And there's a lot of people, you know, concerned about all that. And so we've been considering changing the name.
Nice. Carlos G. Hare Krishna, how are you doing?
I'm good, Prabhu. How are you doing?
Very good, very good.
It was an awesome Sunday class too, the Madhu.
Oh yeah, that was sweet. I met Madhu in Mayapur. He's a sweetheart. He told me, what did he say? He said, pray for me. What would you like me to do for Krishna, for Srila Prabhupada? Pray that I do that. What would you like me to do for Krishna?
That's a good way to do some seva too.
Yeah. And yeah, we hung out in Mayapur, and he was a brahmachari. 2018. Something like that. And Eben Lewis. But Carlos, remind me where are you living?
Yeah, so just like Edward, I'm in Canada, but I'm on the other side, on the east,
Okay,
not
yeah,
east
yeah.
coast, but near Toronto. Yeah.
Toronto. Okay, okay. How far are you from Toronto?
45-minute drive.
45 minutes. Not too bad.
Yeah.
You ever seen some of the theatrical performances directed by Bhakti Marg Swami?
I have met him though. He, funny enough, he signed my Bhagavad Gītā. We were in a program somewhere in between where I live and where the ISKCON temple is.
Yeah.
A place called Milton. And there was a program and I met him, I paid my obeisances to him and he, I don't know, he just signed the Bhagavad Gītā and yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, I've done some plays with Bhakti Marg Swami. Always a lot of fun. Yeah. He's a theatrical genius. I don't know. Have you seen any of his plays?
I've seen his YouTube channel. I'm subscribed to his YouTube channel. I just haven't had the chance to check him out, some of his plays, but
yeah, so he writes and directs some fantastic Krishna conscious plays that he creates them. They're very creative and they're a lot of fun. And usually they're done at Rath Yatra festivals as well. And we used to always do it here when he would come to Dallas. He would come, and we would have 3 days to we would basically like practice like 8 to 11 hours a day because we would have 3 days to get ready for to do a play. 3-day practice, no practice before. And they would come out really fantastic. And he's also the funky Swami. He's got like, he can get anybody to dance. He can just go like that, and then the person just starts. I've seen it happen. He's got dance Shakti. Eben Lewis, how you doing? Now you're not on the train anymore, are you? Are you still on the train? Is that a train? I think that you are on the train.
Can you hear me?
Cool.
Yeah, definitely. I just went away from
Okay, audio is a little.
City,
Can you hear us good? Because we can't really hear you so well. All right. Well, let's go to chapter.
I can hear you good.
Yeah, your voice is very soft. Chapuji, how you doing?
Haribo, how's
Hare
everyone
Krishna.
doing?
You've transformed.
Into
A peacock feather.
feather.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Yeah, Haribo, I'm in Vancouver.
So let's get started. We're on the beej verse. Who knows what the word bija means?
Seed.
Seed.
Semilla.
Like there's different mantras and they have like a kind of what is called the beej mantra, the seed mantra. And we talked about roots in our previous class. They have the mulams. Now mula mantra, now we got the beej, the seeds. Okay, let me go to the page. Bijamam sarvabhutanam. What is sarvabhutanam? Edward G.
All the living entities.
All the living entities, isn't it? We hear this one's we're getting a lot, isn't it? So just the fact that we try to learn the vocabulary, see, hey, now we got the same whole thing, the same phrase again. It becomes that, a whole nother verse, and 1/8 of it we completely know what that's about, because it's just we'll come across many of the same words over and over again, so it really helps. A lot of times when people learn verses, they don't really focus on the vocabulary. They recite it and then recite the English, and there's a kind of a disconnect between the two. But when we try to learn the vocabulary, we're saying it helps us out as we go on. It becomes a little bit easier Certain words we start hearing again and again and again. So sarva bhutanam, it's something we're going to come across constantly. All living beings. Bijamam sarva bhutanam vidhi partha sanatanam budhir budhimatam asmi tejasvanamaham. So bijamam, mam, me, sarva bhutanam, I'm that seed. Know that I'm the original seed of all existences. Vidhi, Shapu, did you know a verse that has that word vidhi? I'm trying to remember if there's any.
Yeah, the apareyam itasvanyam prakritir vidhime param.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we didn't even have to jump to chapter 15. It's right here in the same chapter, vidhi. Yeah, prakritim vidhi me param. Let's see, I think it's in chapter 15. Oh, it's let's see. 15, it's Tattejo vidhimam come when he's talking about the light of the sun and the moon and the fire. But and chapter 7, oh my God. This word vidhi is 3 times in this chapter. So Aprayamastvastvanyam, and then we have this verse. And then we have verse number 12. Ye chaiva sadvika bhava rajashastamashashte mata ete titan vidhi twaham teshute mai. That's verse 12. So vidhi. Vidhi means to know. Related to the word Veda. To understand, to know, try to understand. Try to know. You see, it's kind of, it seems to be a request. Krishna really wants Arjuna to understand this chapter. Yes. It's like, and it's interesting. A lot of times Krishna's saying like, hey, just try to understand. Are you hearing? Listen, Shrinu, listen to me. Have you heard me? At the end of the Bhagavad Gītā, he says, have you heard me? Are your doubts now dispelled? Meaning that we really have to actively, put that concentration, attention, that engagement of the mind. Prakritim vidhi me param. So bijamam sarva bhutana vidhi partha sanatana. What is sanatana? Sanatana. Edward G.
Chapaji is showing us the infinity sign.
Oh, okay.
I remember it because Hinduism's real name is Sanatana Dharma.
Yes,
The
yes.
eternal Dharma.
Yes, yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So Vidhi Partha Sanatana, he is that original eternal seed of all existence. Beyond, like if you look at the commentaries that we had, it talks about let's see, what is purport? Bijam means seed. Krishna is a seed of everything. There are various living entities, movable and inert. Birds, beasts, men, and many other living creatures are moving living entities. Trees, plants, however, are inert. They cannot move, but only stand. Every living entity is contained within the scope of 8,400,000 species. Okay, so and the seed of life is Krishna. As stated in the Vedic literature, Brahman, or the supreme absolute truth, is that from which everything is emanated. Does anybody know that? What is that statement? Brahman is that which everything is emanated. Chapuji, what is that famous Vedic statement? That which everything has emanated. And I will give you a clue. It is the Vedanta Sutra, verse 1. And it is also chapter 1, verse 1. I think it's 111, whatever that is. But it's also the first line of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? And I'll give you another clue. It's got the word Janma. Janma. birth. All right, so this famous Vedic statement from the Vedanta Sutra is Janmad asya yataha, from whom everything emanates. That's the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam as well. It's the first line there. Janmad asya yataha. And so it says, it is stated in Vedic literature, Brahman, or the Supreme Absolute Truth, is that from which everything is emanated. Krishna is Para-Brahman, the Supreme Spirit. Brahman is impersonal and Para-Brahman is personal. The impersonal Brahman is situated in the personal aspect as stated in the Bhagavad Gītā. Therefore, originally, Krishna is a source of everything. He is the root. And as the root of the tree maintains the whole tree, Krishna, being the original root of all things, maintains everything in this material manifestation. This is also confirmed in the Vedic literature, Katha Upanishad 2.13. Nitya Nityanam, Chaitanas Chaitananam, Eko Bahunam Yovedati Kaman. Does anybody know what that line is? Nitya Nityanam, Chaitanas Chaitananam. It's in the next, it says there, he is the Nitya means eternal and also means always or constantly. He is the prime eternal amongst all eternals, Nityo Nityanam, and he is the supreme conscious or living being among all living beings. Chaitana, Chaitananam, like Chaitanya means consciousness. He alone maintains all life. Eko bahunam yovidati kama. That's the translation of that last line. Now one cannot, okay, this is a little bit about some of the other elements of the verse. One cannot do anything without intelligence. Krishna also says he is the root of all intelligence. Unless a person is intelligent, he cannot understand the supreme personality of Godhead. Of course, that is not a mundane intelligence. It's not one's smarts. Krishna gives the Dhammi Buddhi, he gives that Buddhi, that spiritual knowledge by which we can understand him, which is found, that idea is found in the famous Chaturshloki, the 4 famous verses of the Gita, which is in chapter 10, and we'll probably do that someday as well. Any comments or questions? Anything you want to share? Okay, so we do our practice. I'm just looking and seeing if there's anything we want to mention from any of these commentaries. They're very short. I'll read Vibhushan's. Know me to be the one eternal seed of all moving and non-moving beings, not a different seed in each living entity and not a temporary object. There's an alternate meaning here. Know that I am the seed of all things, as I am alone. I'm the form of the Pradhan. So Pradhan is like, there it says the material cause of all bodies of the living, for the Jiva. So Pradhan is like the primordial soup. There's the Pradhan, and then it becomes further manifested in something called the Mahatattva, and then it becomes more and more refined. So it's like all the ingredients. By this vibhuti, or this power, this opulence, this I maintain all things. And they're nourished by that dependence. I am intelligence, the ability to distinguish what is valuable from what is worthless, and those having intelligence. I am confidence, the ability to conquer others and not be conquered by others, and those who have power. Okay, so Bijamam sarva bhutanam. How would you want to act out seed? Maybe put like, you can plant it, soil. Anybody have, let's see, Eben Lewis? Seed. Seed. Okay. See. Bijam. Sarva Bhutanam. All living beings. Vidhi. Bharta. Sanatanam. Big brain. Booty. Got a big brain. Mega mind. It's a cartoon kids like. Buddhir matam asmi. I think of matam. I think I've heard this word matam. I think I've seen this. Bhakti matam. Where else have we seen this word? Dhimatam. Ah, yes. Dhimat. Prabhupada talks about this word. Dhimatam. Oh, yeah, yeah. So someone who is intelligent. In his path, he continues that he takes birth in the of those who are dhimata, endowed with great wisdom. So matam, great, you know. Buddhi matam asmi. And what is it? 5. What is the verse there? 1520. 1520 is who wrote that? Carlos G. It's the Guyatamam Matam Guyatamam. No, what is the verse? What's 1520?
Iti guyam tamam shastram idam uktam maya naga etat bhutva bhutimam syat kritya krityascha bharata.
Yes. So one who let me open up. My brain is not being intelligent. Iti guyatamam. The most confidential part. This is a great secret. Guya. Idam mukba, but you are without sin. Etat bhutva. Buddhi. This is again this buddhi. Buddhiman. Bhutva. By understanding this, become very wise. Syat, become wise. Krita kritascha bharata. What happens? You become wise. Your all your endeavors will know perfection, meaning everything will start connecting to Krishna. Yeah, that when you actually have true wisdom. Bijamam sarva bhutanam vidhi parta sanatanam buddhir buddhi matam asmi tejas. Do some powerful poses or something. Superman pose or some kind of super pose. Yeah. Evan Lewis turned off his camera for a second, and then he had like his icon was like a Superman pose. His profile picture. Tejas, power. Tejasvanamaham. Bijamam sarva bhutanam. Vidhi parta sanatanam. Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. Tejas vanamaham. Tejas Tejasvanamaham Bijamam Sarvabhutanam Vidhi Partha Sanatanam Budhir Buddhimatam Asmi Tejasvanam Aham. Okay, Chapuji, you give us some recitations.
Bijam mam sarvabhutanam
Bijamam Sarvabhutanam
Vidhi partha sanatanam
Vidiparta Sanatanam
Budhir buddhimatam
Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi
Tejasvinamaham
Tejasvanamaham. Again.
Bijam mam sarvabhutanam Vidhi partha sanatanam Budhir buddhimatam Tejasvinamaham.
Okay, Carlos G.
Bijam mam sarvabhutanam
Bijamam Sarvabhutanam
Vidhi partha sanatanam
Vidhiparta Sanatanam
Buddhir buddhimatam asmi
Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi
Tejasvinam aham.
Tejasvanamaham. Again.
Bijam mam sarvabhutanam
Bijamam Sarvabhutanam
Vidhi partha sanatanam
Vidhiparta Sanatanam
Buddhir buddhimatam asmi
Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi
Tejasvinam aham.
Tejasvanamaham. One more time.
Bijam mam sarvabhutanam
Bijamam Sarvabhutanam
Vidhi partha sanatanam
Vidhiparta Sanatanam
Buddhir buddhimatam asmi
Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi
Tejasvinam aham.
Tejasvanamaham. Okay, so I was looking at some of the lectures Srila Prabhupada gave on this verse along with other verses. Usually it was like he would speak on verse 9 and 10 or 9, 10, and 11 or something like that. And so Prabhupada talks about how Krishna is helping us to see Krishna everywhere. Drinking water, seeing sunshine, moonshine, chanting Om, things like that. We can start smelling a flower. Something brilliant. Since sun is brilliant, moon is brilliant. Tejas. Where does brilliant? Where does this power come from? Coming from Krishna. And so he tells the story how there is he tells the story of the cobbler. Do you know who knows what a cobbler is? Evan Lewis knows what a cobbler is, but we might not be able to hear him so well if we have him say it. Let's give it a shot. Okay. No, audio's not good. No. Okay, we'll try later. We'll try again later.
If I like hold it like this, and you go somewhere else.
I don't think the connection's strong enough to so the anybody else? Does anybody else know what a cobbler is? Dana K. So Chapu, do you know what the word suchi means?
Taste. About taste.
Suchi is clean.
No, ruchi.
Yeah, ruchi is that that great taste. We're talking about, Madhu was talking about, that's a very high level of bhakti. Ruchi after the addiction stage, asakti, and after the nishta, the fixed stage, and after the bhajana kriya, the practice stage. So suchi means clean, like when
from saucha.
Socham, socham, yes. Like like when you have like the bathroom kit, like your little kit with your toothbrush and stuff, and the devotees call it a suchi kit. And so muchi means dirty. And I had bought some of those weird wooden shoes that don't have any straps. They're just like a peg. And I wanted to put like the rubber, because they're just wood, I don't want to sound like a horse. So there's somebody who would put the rubber, the sole underneath the shoe. And so I was trying to figure out, where do I go? And they say, oh, just go to the muchi. The muchi? I was like, the dirty? Go to the dirty? What does that mean? The muchi. There's, go to the muchi. And that's the term that is given for someone who's a cobbler. A cobbler is someone who takes the dead animal. Generally, in the old days, it was not animal that was slaughtered. It was something that, an animal had died, and would go and cut the skin off the naturally died animal that had a natural death, and would cut off the skin of the cow and make things like shoes and other kind of leather products. Ahimsa, no, there was no killing of the animal. But still, it's a dirty job. It's not a very clean job to cut off skin off a dead animal. So the cobbler and the brahmana, they saw Narada Muni. And Narada Muni, he asked, he said, I'm going to Vaikuntha to see Lord Vishnu. He said, oh, please ask him when we will see him, when we will go back to Godhead. And so Narada Muni went to see Lord Vishnu. And he asked this question, these two gentlemen asked when they would return back to the spiritual world. And the Vishnu said, the cobbler, he will come right after this life. He'll come, he goes straight back to the spiritual world. The brahmana, he will take another 1,000,000 births. And so when he came back, he went to the brahmana, and he said, did he inquire? What am I? Screen pop up? There we go. My screen covered the screen. There we go. He said, did he inquire? Did you inquire? Did you ask the question? He said, oh yeah. Lord Vishnu said after 1,000,000 births. He said, and he said, what was the Lord? He was kind of doubtful. He said, what was the Lord doing at that time? And he said, tell the Brahmana I was doing this. I was pushing and I was pulling an elephant through the pinhole of a sewing needle. I was pulling an elephant through it. And the Brahmana said, this is ridiculous. There's no way. He couldn't accept anything like that. And then he went to the cobbler, and the cobbler says, oh, what was my Lord doing? And he says, oh, he was pulling an elephant through the eye of a needle. He said, oh, yes, very nice. He said, how can you believe something like that? He said, come on, the Lord, he makes bijam, giant banyan trees that fit in many generations of banyan trees that within one little banyan seed, which is very small. Sometimes you have trees that are very large that have very small seeds. This banyan tree, such a small seed, and there's a whole tree, not just tree, there's generations of trees within this banyan seed. So how easy is it for my Lord to do any of these things, you know? And then Narada understood, okay, this is why he's going back to Godhead. He has a strong faith in the Supreme Lord. All right. So Vidhi Parata Sanatanam, I'm looking at this. Prabhupada talks about Avaroha Panta and Virodha Panta. This is Avaho, Avaroha, Avatar. Look at this Spanish word, Abajo, Ava. This avatar coming down. So Avaroha Panta is a higher source of knowledge. When you get knowledge that has descended from above. How do we know what's happening in London? How do we know? We'd get up on our roof with our telescope.
You call Evan.
We call Evan. That's the knowledge descending from a higher source. Exactly. So we don't get on the roof and start jumping up and down with our telescope, seeing, you know, if we can find London that way. It's beyond the reach of our senses. If we wanted to learn about, you know, what's happening in Japan, or we want to learn what's happening in Vaikuntha, it's got to come from Vaikuntha's side, our way. So if we want to know what happens in London, we got to call Evan. You know, he's our source. Our what does he say? The London correspondent. So, all right, yeah. So these are just some notes from Aham Bija Sarva Yunishu. Oh, there's another verse. What is that? 14:14. Aham Bija Pradapita. I'm the original. What is that verse? 14:14. Let's look that up. 14:14. Bhagavad Gītā. 14:14. 14:4. Sorry, let me see. 14:4. Sarva Yonishu. This is a word yoni that's going to come up. We already did that one, or it's coming up later. Mortaya Sambhava Yanti Yaha. Tasmad Brahmaham Yonir. Again, Yonir, birth. Aham Bija Pradapitaha. I'm the seed giving father. So just like a father may impregnate the wife, the Lord has impregnated this material nature with the souls. Those are the bij, and that's the comparison that's given here. Bija Pradapita. So we get this word bija. All right. So Dana K, let's go. And me and you, let's practice together.
Oh no. Okay.
For some reason, when my chat, the Brahmana story, my chat is like, I don't know how to fix it. The font is like extremely large. So I can barely even read it because it's like I have to go to my settings somewhere. I don't know. For some reason, it makes it really, really big. So Bijam mam
Bijamam
sarvabhutanam
Sarvabhutanam
vidhi
Viti
partha
Harta
sanatanam
Sanatanam
budhir
Bhutir
buddhimatam
Buddhimatam
asmi
Asmi
tejas
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 tejasvanamaham.
Tejasvinam Aham.
Aham. And what does aham mean?
I am.
Yes. Which is really the most important element of these verses. Is Krishna is identifying a person, and that this is his the opulences of his being. Tejas vanamaham. Nice.
I like how you mentioned last time about and I talked to Carlos too when we practiced the line above the A. So now I understand, what you said last time of like holding it out. So that helped.
Yeah, you can over exaggerate it because it does help with the kind of the rhythm of the melody and the melody, catching the melody, catching the rhythm, and makes it less flat.
Yeah.
I heard a cheesy dad joke the other day. So you know what do you call soda that's doesn't have a fizz anymore?
Flat.
Flat. So it said the world is covered with 70% water, uncarbonated water. Yeah, who's that? It was one of Wisdom Sages guys. They posted it. Who did that? Evan Lewis knows who it is. I can't remember. This is technically it's
But I
flat.
saw it.
Yeah, I can't. It was like Vegan Chucker, one of those guys. Yeah, it said some tech, and then the guy was like, "Man, you're done." It's like the Captain America one where he tells some cheesy joke and they're all like really upset. Technically, it's flat because it's not carbonated. The water is not carbonated.
Mhm.
So yeah, it gives less flatness to it. It gives some melody and that helps helps the memory, helps it lock it down.
100%. I agree.
So we got the bija. It's like it just, you can even like see it BEEJAM, and that's that M with a dot. You could add a little yum to it.
Is that what the dots mean?
Well, the
Like
dots
a-
above the M and the N is kind of a like a nasally or kind of a yum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Bijamam sarvabhutanam
Bijamam Sarvabhutanam
bhutanam. You can say it again. Bhutanam.
Bhutanam
Bhutanam.
Bhutanam
Vidhi partha
Vidiparta
sanatanam
Sanatanam
budhir
Buddhir
buddhimatam asmi
Buddhimatam Asmi
tejas
Tejas
tejasvanamaham.
Tejasvinam Aham.
So tell me say the first line once and then say it with your eyes closed.
Oh no.
Give it a shot. Say it. Bijamam sarvabhutanam
Bijam mam sarva bhutanam. Okay, here's eyes closed. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam.
See, you did it. You didn't think you could do it, but you did it. Yeah, see? Say Bijamam Sarva Bhutanam.
Bijam mam sarva bhutanam.
Bijamam Sarva Bhutanam.
Bijam mam sarva bhutanam.
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 Yeah.
Bhutanam.
Bijamam Sarva Bhutanam.
Bijam mam sarva bhutanam.
Now try to do it with your eyes closed again.
Bijam mam sarva bhutanam.
There you did it. Good job. Good job.
Well,
All right. Bijamam Sarva Bhutanam.
Bijam mam sarva bhutanam.
Bijamam Sarva Bhutanam.
Bijam mam sarva bhutanam.
Vidhi.
Vidhi.
So let's act it out. Vidhi is like no.
Right.
Partha, let's do an arrow.
Okay.
Partha, we remember who's he talking to? Arjuna, the great hero.
Right.
Arjuna, imagine this, like you've got Superman, or you got, what is it, Captain Marvel, you got some super powered superhero, and the battle's about to go down, and the hero says, I can't do it. You're like,
Right.
like, so we need you. You got to do this. Like, no, I want to be spiritual. Like, no, everyone's going to die. It's going to be a big disaster. You have to fight this battle. So Krishna is talking to Arjuna. Because Arjuna is, okay, I want to be spiritual. So let me walk away from this. He's like, no, this is your proper station in life to protect people. You would do it anyway. It's just getting off a train a couple of minutes, you'd be able to listen better. Vidhi Partha. So Partha is talking to most dear Arjuna because he's the son of Pritha, he's son of what's her name? Kunti is, why is she called Partha? I forget why she's called Partha.
I was going to ask you that.
She's called Pritha, Prasanna Pritha. It's probably somewhere, I can't remember what her father's name, but it's probably part of, somewhere in the genealogy, that name. Pritha, I can't remember right now.
It's okay.
Prayers of Queen Kunti. That's a really powerful part of the Bhagavatam. That's another thing that people memorize. One time I had given a class covering the prayers of Queen Kunti, which is the first canto. It's something like, I don't know, it's quite a bit of verses. I think it's like one of these chapters. It's like 20 verses or something. And every time I would read a verse, I would see this old Indian lady and she would be reciting it from memory too. I was like, wow, you have this whole thing memorized? This old like Gujarati lady or somebody, I can't remember where she was from, but she had all that whole chapter. Janavi's song. She has that Namo Pankaja. That's the verse. Yeah, that verse is saying a lotus this, lotus that, lotus eyes, lotus belly button, lotus hands, lotus face. That's the lotus verse. Chapuji was Namo Pankaja. That's a nice thing to memorize also. I haven't done it yet, but I saw this lady doing it, so I was like, maybe we should do that. So Vidhi Partha Sanatanam. Yes, Chapuji says we should learn. Queen Kunti.
I agree.
Buddhir buddhimatam asmi.
Buddhir buddhimatam asmi.
Tejas tejasvanam maham.
Tejas vinam aham.
Okay, so Carlos is not there. Edward G, can you do? Oh, Carlos is there. Okay. Well, Edward G, he won first. Now he's recite and Dana K, make sure to practice with Carlos's chanting or with Edward's chanting.
Okay.
So I'm doing a line by line then?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Bijamam sarvabhutanam.
Bijamam sarvabhutanam.
Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Buddhir buddhimatam asmi.
Buddhi buddhimatam asmi.
Tejas tejasvinam aham.
Tejas tejasvanamaham. Again.
Bijamam sarvabhutanam.
Bijamam sarvabhutanam.
Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Buddhir buddhimatam asmi.
Buddhi buddhimatam asmi.
Tejas tejasvinam aham.
Tejas tejasvanamaham.
Bijamam sarvabhutanam.
Bijamam sarvabhutanam.
Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Buddhir buddhimatam asmi.
Buddhir buddhimatam asmi.
Tejas tejasvinam aham.
Tejas tejasvanamaham. So I looked up the prayers of Queen Kunti. It's 25 verses. I'll just give a little sample. Maybe this one we probably heard maybe in like a song or something. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. That's this offering of Namaha, respectful obeisances to Krishna, Vasudev, Devaki Nandana. These are all names of Krishna. Nanda Gopa Kumaraya, the darling son of Nanda, Govinda. And then, as Chapaji mentioned, the song Nama Pankaja Nabhaya, Nama Pankaja Maline, Nama Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankaja Panka Angraye. So his eyes are like, let's see, his abdomen, Nabhaya, his abdomen marked with the depression of a lotus. He's decorated with a maline, mala, garland of lotuses. His netra, his glance is cooling as a lotus, and his feet are engraved with lotus flowers. Therefore, he's said to possess lotus feet. And then there was another, let me see. Oh, this is another famous verse. Vishayan Mahagne Purushada Darshanad. O Krishna, you have protected us from the poison cake, the great fire, from cannibals, from the vicious assembly, from the sufferings during our exile. And now you saved us from this weapon of Ashvatam and from the great battle. And he says, I wish all those problems would just come back again and again. I wish all those calamities. This is not a prayer that we should say because we're not on her level. But she is saying, I wish all these calamities would happen to me again and again so I could see you again and again. for seeing you means I no longer will see repeated birth and death. I know somebody who prayed to Krishna for calamities. I have a young monk friend of mine. When he like this, he was praying, "Oh Krishna, please let these calamities come again and again and again, so I can remember you." Krishna's like, "All right." And so he was a monk, and he went out with book distribution. He said, "Hello, sir, lady. Let me show you this book." And the lady came and punched him right in the face. The first person he said, it's like, never happened to him before. So, yeah. If you want to pray for calamities, then that's what you're praying for. Please. Then I'll remember you, Krishna. Okay. We don't want to imitate somebody on that super high level. And then this is another very famous one. Janmad Aishwarya Shuta Shri Bir E Dama Mada Puman Navaharta Haitu Abidhatum Vai Twam Akinchana Gocharam. Akinchana Gochara means he is the property of the person who's materially exhausted, who's done with all these things. And what are those things? The 4 things of good karma: Janma, Aishwarya, Shuta, Stribir. Good birth, maybe birth in aristocracy. Aishwarya, wealth. Shuta, education. Stribir, beauty, talent. He said, this verse is really nice. It says, you can be easily approached by people who don't have those things. Not people who are smart, beautiful, and wealthy, and have high education. Those things create a lot of pride. Okay, so a little detour onto Queen Kunti. All right, Carlos G, can you give us some recitation?
Bijamam sarvabhutanam
Bijamam sarvabhutanam
Vidi partha sanatanam
Vidhi partha sanatanam
Bhutir buddhimatam asmi
Bhudir buddhimatam asmi
Tejas vinam aham.
Tejas vanamaham. Again.
Bijamam sarvabhutanam
Bijamam sarvabhutanam
Vidi partha sanatanam
Vidhi partha sanatanam
Buddhir buddhimattam asmi
Buddhi buddhimatam asmi
Tejas vinam aham.
Tejas vanamaham. So chapter D says the Brahmana's story reminded her of the Bahunam Janmana Mante, after many, many births, the wise one. You know, eventually he's going to come, Mam Prapadyante, he's going to surrender unto Vasudeva. Understanding Sarvamiti, the Lord is everything, and such a soul, Samahatma, such a great soul, Sudurlava, is very rare in this world. I think Evan Lewis has probably got a better connection. He's no longer on a moving train. I don't even know. So you want to?
My legs aren't going quite as fast as the train.
There we go. There we go. We can hear you now. Cool.
Yay.
You want to give us a recitation? I don't know if you have something to read off of, or if you have it in your head.
I'm just looking around where I need to be going, but I'll give it a go. Let's have a think. You can hear me good, yeah?
Yes.
All right. Bijamam sarvabhutanam.
Bijamam sarvabhutanam. Hey, what was that sign? It said something India. I saw right. What does it say?
Oh yeah.
What does it say? It's like you're in Indian spice shop. That's cool. I just
got off in the main station in London, so I'm just walking through. There's some very nice smells. There's some Indian restaurants around here.
Oh,
I'll
cool.
show you. I didn't know these were here, to be honest.
See, the British took over India, and so they got their karma back, and the Indians took over England.
Yeah.
See,
Don't know what that's all
vegetarian.
about.
That's just like so cool. Like that little right there. Nice.
Yeah. Might have to come down here in a little bit.
I know some of the most wealthiest people in England are the Indian folks that are there.
Yeah.
They just got their karma. They took over India, and now here India's gonna take over England.
Yeah. Look, can you read that?
Huh?
Who is that? A familiar name?
Yeah. Nice. Ravi Shankar.
All right.
We all got to
Somewhere
go
along
to
this street
visit.
is where I meant to be.
Let's all go to
Yes,
London.
please come visit. Please do.
I've been there once, shortly on a layover.
Nice
to
one.
India.
Yeah, I'm here for the week on a yoga teacher training, and where I live in Birmingham, there isn't a temple, but there's obviously the Radha Krishna Soho Street Temple here. So I'm going to try and hopefully go and visit. It'll be my first time at a temple, so if that works out, very exciting.
It'll be your first time in a temple.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
Tonight I'm staying a little bit closer to it than I will be for the rest of the week. So I might even, if I can manage, go to the.
It's an ecstatic place. They've got a lot of. London's got a lot of nice things going on there. The devotees are doing a lot of nice things there.
Right. I can't wait.
Okay, so you got this kid, his first time walking in the temple, and he's going to be reciting verses. On the deities, when you offer obeisances to deities, when you get up, tell him some of the Maya Sakta Manaparta.
I'll tell them about you. I'll tell them about you, Prabhu, and what a good teacher you are.
And then they'll be like, "Hey, are you initiated? Are you a Brahmin initiated?" Well, no, it's my first time walking to a temple.
Gosh, imagine.
Nice.
Right. Okay, so still want to hear the verse if you can hear me good?
Yes. Yeah, you can hear you good now.
Okay. Bijamam sarva bhutanam.
Bijamam sarva bhutanam.
Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Buddhir buddhi matam asmi.
Buddhir buddhi matam asmi.
Tejas
Svanam.
Tejas vinam aham.
Tejas vanamaham. Nice. Very good. Very good. One more time.
Okay. Bijamam sarva bhutanam.
Bijamam sarva bhutanam.
Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Buddhir buddhi matam asmi.
Buddhi buddhitam asmi.
Tejas vinamaham.
Tejas vanamaham. Nice. One more time.
I'm a little bit lost, but yeah. So I might have tripped up over some of those words, but
Go ahead. Go one more time.
I think that's too far. Sorry, I'm reciting as well. Bijamam sarva bhutanam.
Bijamam sarva bhutanam.
Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Buddhir buddhi matam asmi.
Buddhir buddhi matam asmi.
Tejas vinamaham.
Tejas vanamaham. Actually, in 1 month, I'm going to New York City. visit some family there. Be there for some time. When I went to London, it was in 2001, and you know, they don't tell you what's wrong with your plane, but basically there was something wrong with the plane, so they had I don't think they planned to stop, or basically, you know, when you're on an international flight and the plane has problems, and then the flight company, you know, the airlines will book you a hotel at the airport, because you know they're required to, you know, you were supposed to get your destination, you couldn't go, so we had a night, we had one day in London, because the plane, something was wrong with the plane, so they had to fix it or get another plane. I think they fixed it or something. So we were like, oh, should we go? You know, we're all a bunch of young monks, and we only had the cash that was in our pockets, and we're about to go to India for 6 weeks. And we're like, man, no, we got to go. We got to go see London. We got to go, you know, even though, you know, we're running on a budget, and American money wasn't, it was like, doesn't go as far as like the British money, British pound. And so we caught a bus from the airport in the morning, went to visit the temple. And it was a Monday. And so we went there on a Monday, and the place was full of all kinds of young people, and they had a class, they had a kirtan, they had a class, and then they had a whole lunch feast. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. This is Monday. And it's like, you know, Monday, this is not like their main day. This is like one of their slow days, you know, and there's so much cool things happening in the middle of the day. It's not even the evening. It's like, you know, there's stuff going on here. And then, of course, they have the restaurant on the first floor. We got to just explore the temple and see all the floors and stuff like that. And then they said, hey, we're going to go on Harinam. We're going to go on the streets and do kirtan. And so there was like 15 of us. We have a rocking kirtan going up and down the street. And then while we're on the street, we see they've got like 15, 20 brahmacharis, monks on the street distributing books. We're like, my God, this place is on fire. This is Monday. They got all this stuff going on. And this is just a Monday. So we're quite impressed with what was going on. There's so much action going on. And so in London, they have Kirtan London. They have these pop-up kirtan festivals. You know, Genevieve Harrison's there. She's involved in a lot of those festivals, and so they do a lot of beautiful things there. It's for example, Gaur Purnima, which is the birthday of Lord Chaitanya. And so in Dallas, usually we'll have a big kirtan downtown. It will be, say, 50 of us. That's a big street kirtan, you know, downtown town. You know what they do in London for Gaur Purnima? They have 2,000 devotees and a Roth cart on the streets doing kirtan. I was like, man, our big one was 50. They've got 2,000 and a Roth cart. That's like our whole Rath Yatra festival. So I was like, yeah, they do things big down there. So you can meet some of the folks there. I'm sure it'll be inspiring for you, Eben Lewis. So I think we'll stop here. Any last comments or questions? It was really cool to hear that Eben's going to his first time to visit the temple. Very exciting.
I'm also impressed with his ability to chant and walk and look for where he's going all at the same time.
Me too.
He's becoming
well, guess what? I didn't find where I was going, so it didn't work.
It's still okay. Nice. So where are you going right now?
I'm looking for the Airbnb where I'm staying for one night.
Okay, yes.
First day of training is tomorrow, and then I'm going to stay with a friend for the rest of the week, but she just couldn't have me this night.
This night.
So yeah.
Oh, cool.
But where I'm staying tonight is a little bit closer to the temple than where I will be for the rest of the week. So I might even get to go to the 4:30 a.m. darshan tomorrow. You never know.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, go there, make some friends, meet some people, and yeah. All right. Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you for class as well. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Would have been a long train journey otherwise.
Yeah. Any of you signed up for the Sage Rooms? Sage Rooms? Okay. Are you going to get in the next batch? The next batch? Next Sage Room batch? It's a weekly meetup. The groups are 6 to 7 people with one kind of group leader. And they do some readings.
Chandra, but you're teaching slokas there? No,
we're just Kashtuba is going to supply us with kind of some learning materials. He said, yeah, if he's going to supply, like, we're all going to be studying the same thing, all the different groups. And I think it's November 29th is the first one, or that's when it gets launched.
How often does it happen, Prabhu?
Once a week at the minimum.
Because I was a bit discouraged because my schedule is a bit hectic. So maybe in the next batch, I would like to do it if it's just once a week.
Yeah, they're definitely, this is like their first kind of like trial. They're just kind of figuring it out. And then they have, I think, about 20 group leaders. I think they have 20 groups. I think that's the right, around 20 different groups. They have like women's groups, men's groups, and they have some groups like persons with addictive personalities groups. They have a list of different groups there, and so I'm excited. And parent groups, single, unmarried people groups. The main ones are the general names are women's groups and men's groups, and then there's some other ones outside of that. And the idea is like there is a thing called Bhakti Vriksha. Vriksha means tree of Bhakti. It's a type of program where your group, you have a program at your home with like 6 or 7 people, and if it grows beyond that, then you split, and then the other group does the same thing. So it's meant to be more like personal and intimate. Like we have 7 of us here, and so it allows more personal interaction and things like that. And then there's one. It's not. We'll be like going over the course, the class, but it's not so much dependent on the teacher. The teacher or the group leaders, they're more so it's like, okay, here's someone, if we have some question or some doubt, then this is somebody that we can go to. But it's more so like everybody is involved in like discussing and looking into something. So yeah, he made it. Evan, he found his Airbnb. Yeah, but that's what I do for a living. I have 4 Airbnbs. That's for now. I was working for the temple, then that stopped at COVID. So all right. Well, thank you all. Hare Krishna. Give us Evan on the WhatsApp, or just share with us your visit, or even put it on Discord. Your first visit to the temple. Write it down. Write a little diary and say things that you realizations from visiting the temple.
I have no idea what to expect, so we'll see.
Yeah. It'll probably. I think it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. Yeah.
Even if they'll let me in, I don't know. Even if they'll let me in.
Oh yeah, what's the rule? What's the COVID rules and stuff like that? Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. I don't know. No, if they
Yeah,
just
they'll let you in to say, hey,
okay.
you're there. You're invited to give class. Tell.
Oh my gosh. I'll point them to you.
Oh, you got some cool artwork there too. Nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that.
All right, so it's exciting. Give us a report. Give us a report on your visit. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Oh,
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Hare Krishna.
Hari Om Tat Sat.
Thank you.
Thank you.